Yeah, so Naveen actually is a student who came to us for this spring, and then he has his GPA of 9.888.
Yeah.
And when he come to us, we say that yeah, you don't need our service. You can apply by yourself, and you will get something. Yeah, but yeah, and then he
Yeah,
does.
but I persisted, but that I'll need your help.
Yeah. So actually, this time he only applied for 2 universities. One is NYCU, the top 2 university in Taiwan, and he got the admission, and he rejected. Okay, he rejected that offer. He rejected that admission. I think that the NYCU might be shocked that how can people reject the offer? And then he got the other offer from NSYSU. So and he take the NSYSU one. So yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so
Please
let
share
me
your
start my
experience.
story. Yeah.
Yes, go ahead.
So my story is a bit funny. So after I completed
Introduce
my,
yourself first. Introduce yourself first.
so my name is Naveen. So I've joined EduCare Taiwan last year in 2020. I've completed my BTech in electronics, so with a CGPA of 9.8. Everybody likes to tell that more than me. So after completing my BTech, I was searching for universities and countries where I can study electronics, higher education in electronics. So I was browsing through Quora, a few questions where people asked which is the best country to study electronics. So most of the answers had like Canada, Australia, USA. But the thing was, I was not satisfied with them because when you actually check about the production of semiconductors, most of the semiconductor production happens in Asian countries. So there was this one answer that explained that out of all these countries, there is another country called Taiwan. So there they control most of the semiconductor production. So after studying his answer, so I thought to myself, maybe this might be the thing I am looking for. So I started searching and asking different consultancies, like, do you actually have an option for Taiwan? So they were looking at me like, you mad or what? You can go to US, you have a very good CGPA. Why are you saying Taiwan? So after a lot of searching, finally I stumbled upon Lin ma'am. So even in the first meeting, she directly told me, why do you need my help? So for me, what I think is getting a good CGPA or getting into a good college is only half of the whole process, because the other half is how you perform there, and that greatly depends upon the professor. Like if you get a good professor, even if you are from a normal university or college, you can do great things. So that is the reason I think Lin ma'am helped me the most there, because this is also an interesting part. So after our first meeting, so ma'am gave me the name for Professor Wong. So I directly asked that Professor Wong, NSYSU, though it is the top 4 or 5, but it's not from the top 2. So I asked her, like, maybe so you can do better. So after talking with Professor Wong, now I understood the importance of the other 50%. The first 50 is getting into the top college, but the other 50 is a professor, because I myself am a more practical kind of guy. I prefer to do things and understand what. I don't like to read an equation and say, okay, I've solved the problem. I want to go back behind the equation and look at the applications. So after I met Professor Wong, I was shocked. Like he was much in my mood. He was more into practicals and actually working out things. So then I've decided that no matter what, even if I get into the #1 university of Taiwan, that is NTU, so I only want to work with Professor Wong. So even I did not want to apply for NYCU, but ma'am wanted, so ma'am told me, you have to apply to be better for you. So that is the reason I have applied.
Yes. So yeah, so actually Professor Wang actually doing, I think that IC design really have the good there are some job, actually I told Naveen too, there are some job very popular 20 years back. Yeah. But they might not be popular anymore. For example, the most popular job today, if you ask in my kids, they will say they want to be a YouTuber. Okay. But 20 years back, nobody do what they don't even know what is YouTuber, right? So the same token, the most popular job today might not exist 20, I mean, the most popular job today might not be popular anymore 20 years later. But there's a one thing I can tell you, that the IC design, you will be increasingly important major, or participation to be, even for the next 80 years. I think if the Naveen 100 years old still can do some coding, I think he can still make money out of it, seriously. So that is because everything in the, you cannot avoid right now, everything for IoT, Internet of Things, everything connect together, and they need chips, which is the IC design students coming from. And just, I think most of the people might not know, right now the top, the most profitable company, IC or semiconductor, when you say electronic, the top 10 make the most money, are all make the more than 50 or 60% of the profit margin, all IC design house. Okay, so study IC design. That's what I told this Naveen, that he will get a lot of job opportunity in Taiwan, which is that really, Professor Wang told me as well that before, there are so many of the IC design house, they will come to Professor Wang and please just recommend good student, even they are not graduate, we are willing to take them, for intern, and then later give them the job offer. So that is really happened now. Yeah. So yes, yeah. Thank you, Naveen.
I have another important story to share with you. So most of the people, whenever, if at all you go and ask other consultancies about Taiwan, they say it's a very, who asks for Taiwan? Like, are you mad? So what I want to share some details, that 70% of the industrial electronics that are used in India are manufactured by Taiwan. And almost all the mobile phones that we use have some component that is made in Taiwan. So if you are an electronics student and you want to pursue masters or higher studies, or else if you just want to get into electronics, I think there is not much competition for Taiwan there.
Thank you, Naveen. Thank you.
Thank you.